talked about Jennifer Welsh on the show before. She's the repugnant hobgoblin who the left has apparently selected for their to have the title of the new Joe Rogan. We heard about after the last election, the left really needs their own Joe Rogan, and they've been trying people out to be the new Joe Rogan, and they went out and found one, and apparently this is her. She's Joe Rogan minus any of his appeal or any of his talents or communication skills. Joe Rogan minus all of the things that makes him Joe Rogan. And here she is this week attacking Erica Kirk. Listen.
Her attack on substituting a relationship for a man with a substitution for the government is overtly an attack on poor people and the racist connotations in that, considering she's abundantly aware of when you talk about women and poverty, that Black and brown women stick off the charts more so than white women. This is an intentional attack on poor women. And this is a dehumanization, all done in the name of her Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, which is the exact opposite of what the central character of the faith of Christianity preached against. So this is intentional weaponization of her gender and her faith. And she is a grifter. And just look at the costume changes. Look at the costume changes. Look at the affect and how she does that. It's wild. This woman should be kicked to the curb. She is an absolute grifter, just like Donald Trump and just like her unrepentant, racist, homophobic husband was.
Okay, Jennifer, are you sure that is why you're so upset at Erica? Is it because of her wardrobe changes? Because God forbid Erica, change her wardrobe? She wears different clothing every day, and that's the problem. These soulless trolls, like every day, they make up a new rule that apparently widows are supposed to follow. Every day with these idiots, it's another thing. Well, if she's a grieving widow, why is she doing that? Why is she wearing different clothing today? Why is she eating a sandwich for lunch? Have you ever seen a grieving widow eat a sandwich? What is this? And so they make up these rules, and and the rules grow. But every day, I mean, the list now is 5 pages long of things that apparently grieving widows are supposed to do or not do, just arbitrarily invented. And if they don't follow these rules, if Erica doesn't follow the rules, then she's a fake and a fraud and not actually sad that her husband died. Right? You find the same thing with, I was just responding to somebody today. This was someone I think on the right who posted something as a picture of Erica smiling. And the person, I forget what the caption was, but the person was attacking Erica for smiling. Oh, yeah, she really looks like she's grieving. Yes, because when you're grieving, it means that you'll never smile. But keep in mind, right? If Erica smiles, then her critics on both sides will say, "Why are you smiling?" If she frowns, then they'll say, "Oh, well, she's faking it." If she cries, they'll say, "Oh, it's performance." If she doesn't cry, they say, "Why isn't she crying?" So it's this ridiculous lose-lose scenario that's been invented by people on both sides for this woman who what did she do wrong again? Like, what is her crime? Why is everyone attacking her? Why is it every day I go on Twitter and it's like someone, what is it? What did she do? What did she do to you people? Her husband died? Is that the sin that she committed? Losing her husband? Yeah, I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of it. It's just disgusting. And if you're one of the people doing this, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're capable of it. And I can't stand these people that say, and I was talking about this today on X, and there are people responding and saying, yeah, well, yeah, but there's just something a little off. I don't know. There's something a little off with her. It feels a little off. It's a little off. I'm not sure. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. It's a little off. I don't know. Well, maybe what's off with her is that her husband was just murdered. Maybe her husband was just shot in the throat on TV in front of the entire world. Maybe that's a little. Maybe she's a little off because of that. You know, maybe her emotional responses all the time are not exactly what you would expect. Like maybe that's it. Here's another idea. If you think that, well, I don't know, there's something a little off. But you have no evidence that like she did anything wrong, and yet you just have these vague, whatever, feelings, vibes. Well, maybe rather than vaguely defaming a widow for reasons that you're not even clear about, admittedly, you even admit that like she might not be doing anything wrong at all. She might not be doing anything wrong at all, but I'll just kind of like wildly speculate that maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe rather than doing that, maybe you should just shut the fuck up. Okay? How about that? Maybe just keep it to yourself. It's like basic rule of human decency that we all used to understand is when you've got someone who's grieving, like even rather than nitpicking, I wouldn't do it that way. That's not the facial expression I would have. Maybe you just shut the fuck up. And I try not to cuss like that, but I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of it. And Jennifer Welch, this is, you know, and here's the thing. It gives even more permission to people like this. Now, someone like Jennifer Welch, you expect it out of her. You expect her to act this way. Right? But the more that everybody else does it, especially when you're on the right, people on the right, it's like everybody on the right now, everyone claims that they loved and admired and respected Charlie Kirk. Even though we all know that's not true. Even though we all know that a lot of them, when Charlie was alive, very clearly did not have respect for him and did not treat him that way. But now everyone respected and loved and admired him. Okay. Fine, I'll take you at your word on that. So you love and admire and respect Charlie. Great. So do I. And so this is how you love, admire, and respect him? Is by criticizing and critiquing and nitpicking his wife after he's killed? That's what you do for someone you admire and respect. Is by going after his wife now that he's dead. You think that's what Charlie wants? You think that's what he wants? You think Charlie's looking on from the afterlife, nodding in approval as you critique and nitpick his wife? Is that what you think? By the way, just so you know, because one thing I've discovered is that a lot of people are just soulless trolls. I think we already knew that. But also a lot of people apparently have just never been around grief or mourning at all. They've never been around it, I guess. And if that's the case for you, good for you.